What's up everyone and welcome in today's live stream. Hope you're all doing very well. As always, normally everything should be working well. Today we're going to do some TAs on the altcoins. It's been a while, not gonna lie. The last one was ZEC. That was a live stream too. It's been following pretty nicely. We're going to cover this one also today. So yeah, normally everything is working here. Microphone, everything. Let me just double check that here really quickly. Yes, it is working well. Perfect. Just gonna move the microphone maybe a little bit closer here. So yeah, if you have any questions during the stream, feel free to ask. And so today, basically what will be the stream? It will be a stream to update the main and biggest altcoins. I already have some wave on my side, but for example, today I would like to cover Sol, SUI, for example. These are some assets. You can see that I didn't touch it for quite a while. You can see the last wave here was exactly there. So yeah, there was, well, you can see, for example, didn't touch it, that thing for quite a while. So I have planned on my side SUI, Sol, Link, Hype, XRP, ZEC that have been following pretty nicely. You know, we've got this possible long setup in the last update after it crashed here. You've got this very nice long, as I stated here, if we reclaim this key level, then we can target here the very nice value area high. So pretty cool. And Cardano too. Also, Cardano is absolutely dying at the moment. It's so sad to see this. Look at how low we are. This is absolutely crazy. So yeah, quite a few altcoins to plan to update today, basically. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a good one. So I'm just gonna update everything. Basically, I just wanted to update the coins, but you can just see how I'm doing all of that. And well, if it can be also helpful at the same time for you, so you can see my plan, it's win-win, right? So that being said, I don't know which one you want me to start with. I've planned SUI, but we can go in with any. I'm just gonna remove this to really be focused here on the stream. Okay, so, and I have my nice iced coffee. That is very good in summer. By the way, I also have a delivery today, so sorry if I go like 2 minutes, 5 minutes. It might happen during the stream. Sucks a bit, but anyways. And on Bitcoin, it's just off in the US, so today I'm honestly pretty sure it's not going to do crazy stuff, or well, we'll see. But anyways, we're going to see that, because I should still be live for the New York session, but as it's off in the US, it's generally speaking completely dead. But anyways, so so let's start with SUI, I think. What about AMC? AMC, I have no idea what that thing is. Is that a famous coin or? Just gonna have a look at this real quick. Yeah. Seems to be this. Well, I mean, look at the chart, it's completely fucked up. Yeah, we can do that. I'm gonna do this. I already have a few ideas on this. It's not so hard. But I'm gonna do this after here. Let's go with SUI. Okay, so SUI here. Let's go on the wave first. So on a high time frame, the last wave count here I've done was simply this ABC zigzag to the upside, forming a bigger W, X, and Y. To find the targets, you could pull the extension to like this. And we have done kind of extension here. So if you hear some noise in the background. And so after this, we've got this ABC zigzag plan there to the upside, 5 waves correction, so we could end up here in a very nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nice increase in price, but we ended up here getting a very nice correction for a bigger drop next. So we can get rid of all these things here, we don't really care. I just touched the folders because I have sorted most of these, for example, Solana next. I really sold everything because there was really a mess in the in the object tree here. Otherwise, that's the only thing I touched. I didn't touch the wave otherwise. So ABC here, we can make this a little bit smaller. Let's make this like that, and let's have a look at what we have. So this is a Binance price. Let's see what is this bigger wave to the downside here. If that's an ABC zigzag or a WXY. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so this is an ABC zigzag. A, B, was a triangle, by the way? Maybe not 1, 2, 3, or 5. Yeah, okay. So in that case, that brings us with a larger WXY down. So after WXY, we form another WXY. Why WXY here? Because first that's a correction, then that's a correction. It's not an impulse first, and then that's another correction. So we look forward to the downside. So let's go with some blue like that, and I'm gonna use the same shape as the other ones, like this. Now the thing is, so we can pull of course the extension tool from the top. If I can click that, the top to the bottom here to the top, right here, and see what fib we have there. Of course, in addition to this, we can use the smaller wave because you can see right well. See that big red color here? I mean the wick here. Well, look at that. One extension. That's perfect. Very nice. Now we are back to it. That was a support again, and now we're flipping it into resistance. The next fib, as you can see, is really like below 0, so the next fib we don't really care. The only level is this. Now, as we are going below this one, the thing we'll have to find is basically the lower time frame waves. So the lower time frame waves here. Just have to check here really quickly the smaller wave there to understand what is the start of that thing. Yeah, so this looks like a flat. Yeah. 113. Not crazy. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we have that big wick on every single price, or not all of them? Yeah, that's the Coinbase price. That's the best one for the wave count. Okay, so in that case, we can go for this. 1, 2, so the 3 is not going that down, then we'll have the 4, and then we have the 5th here. And so next we have this bigger wave one. Let me just change the shape of this with some green. 2, so 3, 4, 5, and so another here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go with some pink, and let's go with some blue here. So can we finish? Now the thing is, can we finish? Well, 1 second. Maybe. Yeah, so can we finish that Y wave with 5 waves down? We cannot. We have to get a correction. Okay, WXY is a correction. So it means that next basically into the Y wave we'll have to form a bigger A, a bigger B, that is going to make a bit of a bull run if we can say, and then another C to the downside most likely. Okay, so let's put some wave like this, white one I guess, will do the job. And so yeah, what we can do here is simply find out the wave targets to really get the targets below. In addition to this, next we're going to do the levels to get really the best targets possible. Just gonna double check here this really quick. 2618, not really perfect, but it's fine to be fair. Holy. Okay. So yeah, like this, and so now we can simply put that here. And there you go, my friends, we have our targets for the drop. I'm just gonna place this perfectly on that top so we get really to the tick. Let's go 350, move this to 200, there we go, perfect. And there you go. This is locked. And so these are the targets. So we've got, you know, the big high time frame target that, I mean, honestly gave some very nice reactions here. We've got the first bounce. I mean, we talk here about just the 120 extension here, depending on the exchange you was here. We've got a almost 300% increase in price. How crazy is that? And the second touch here, you've got another 77% increase in price. Now the third touch, well, you go below, you're for now flipping it into resistance. So the next target is really this 0.68. I'm not going to say all the numbers after that, down to, well, 0.685 down to 0.488. Okay, if now we drop below this, you can see the only target remaining above 0, because we cannot go at 0, the coin is just going to close otherwise. The next target is this. Now, please be aware of that for such assets. Okay, these are some well, most of the crypto, honestly, unless except for example Hype and all that stuff that are really holding nicely, Solana and all that stuff. I mean, we are extremely low on this one, so I will not try to catch a knife. It's never a good idea, and you can see for quite some time, this is what I stated in my Discord server for more than a year now. Every rise, you better short them all, because you're going to make more profit on a lot of altcoins. And what we can see here, I mean, every single rise, you end up in, yes, you have a very, because the thing is, when you are going to start the bull market, you're going to start with a 5 waves to the upside. So you, for example, you get a bit of a drop, you start here, you print a move to the upside with some 5 waves. So what you have to do next is simply, well, either you plant the bottom here, you push the bottom here, you try to catch a knife and you're super aggressive at your own risk. Either you wait a little bit more for these 5 waves to form, and after the 5 waves, it's two possibilities. Either you do an ABC zigzag, so A, B, C, and then you drop, but at least you ride this increase in price. Either that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. Okay, so the best case is, as you can do a first wave, second wave, and third wave here, the best case is to simply buy this retracement. Sometimes it's going to be very small, you're going to miss all of this price if you really enter it before here, but I think it's better, especially these days, to really be a lot less aggressive like this and just buy that retracement. A very good example, look at Solana, for example. Let's go on this one. There are really all the way. You can see here how we are dropping all the time. We do some correction here, and at that point you form, you can see it is kind of 5 waves to the upside. So very small here, but we was there at the time. We're looking for these 5 waves. Oh my god, so good memories here. We have planned that retracement target here, we have planned all of this, and then comes another 5 waves here. So you can see you have this ABC zigzag possible start, but next you plan the other supports and you end up in an even more bullish configuration. A first wave 1, 2, and a second wave 1, 2 here. If you was holding there, trading this there, you've got this massive increase in price next. Absolutely lovely. So you can see here, you start these 5 waves to the upside. You never bounce in one single green candle like this. Okay, so you're gonna see it coming. Like on Coin, for example, made a nice amount of money on this one too. If you have been following this live, that was pretty insane. You always form something before to really pump. You always have a context. Okay, and when you get these 5 waves, well, you have the possibility. And as you can see, well, you've got the 5 waves before here quite some time. As you can see here, for example, this one here, you've got some 5 waves in there, so you either look for the ABC zigzag, either 1, 2, 3, or 5, but only time can tell. So the best is to buy the retracement if it holds, if there is a good context on it and all that stuff on Bitcoin too. And if it does, well, then you at least ride this increase in price, and you just have to plan your resistance, see what Bitcoin does and Ethereum at the same time. It's not too easy, of course, because there is no easy money, but, you know, yeah. So anyways, yeah, these are the targets next we can look for. And so off this, you either try to catch a knife, that I really do not recommend. Again, of these targets, I really want to see a bounce, and a bounce with some nice 5 waves. Again, can be sometimes a little bit weird 5 waves. This is something that happens sometimes to make it a little bit more complex, you know, so not too many people are aware of it. But at least I want to get this context when we bounce off these targets. Okay, but anyways, now you have my wave on SUI. Is it really useful, honestly, to do the levels on that one? I'm not too sure, but let's do it here really quickly, see if we have anything interesting there. I'm really going to stay for today, how low Hype can go. I'm gonna go with a Hype right after It's planned. I'm gonna really show you everything. I'm in a long at the moment. I compounded, and I'm gonna, well, either now compound again, either get stopped out. I will cover my plan. But this will come right after, maybe after Sol, after SUI, if everyone prefer to get this after SUI. Let's do the levels here real quick. As a monthly time frame, yeah. Is this tapped? Nah. Right. Oh no. Mistake here. Okay. The good times. This was in 2024. I think the best year for the altcoins was really 2021. You remember when ETH was really doing great, and now it's just like fully range bound, still in a big range, so you can make some money, but it sucks, you know, when it's just range bound, you trade the same price. It's always best when it moves away, right? So the same, if you remember Cardano, if you've been there, we've been trading all that thing. That was absolutely crazy. Now it's just completely dead. This is just so sad to see this. Anyways, that is the game. Hopefully one day it's gonna come back and levels here. Okay, so weekly levels we are good. And there are still the ones a little bit below here that I forgot. This one is tapped. This one, by the way, no, this one is tapped too. And there is just that one here remaining. Yeah, so I think we can all see where is the next target. Gonna add this here too. Key, gonna do this. That's on by BTS. Holy. We've been trying to push through the path control, but with the context on it, back down we are. So yeah, next target here, if we don't manage to reclaim that path control at $0, well, $1 basically, a very psychological price. Next target is really down there around this key level. Where is the end of that 0.48? Yeah, it matched the targets with a level 2. That's very nice. Let me just pull the targets here too. Yeah, look at that away some. So we even have a target below there. Okay, so what I've planned before here with the wave count. So we have all of this. Okay, with the wave, you can see with the levels, it makes more sense to go swipe that bottom here, that wick, take the wick, and who knows, go and touch the levels below here. We have the value low again. Well, if you use order flow and all that stuff, maybe, but I don't know how the order flow on that one react. You know, it's not like, I mean, every asset is different. It's like yeah, it's not New York Open yet. We've got 6 million short right now coming in the market. This is Bitcoin, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's yesterday was very interesting, by the way. If you look at the order flow here, if you want a little bit of the teaching here, you've got basically directly at the low here, you can see you come into the low, you have like 10 million longs coming, open interest increase, 10.3 million longs open, you have a positive return, open interest increasing. And right, as you can see at the low here, so first you go swipe that low to stop them out, and once you stop them out, you can see you have another 6.5 million and another 3.7 million. So if you put here the CVD split like that, and you then start over the next one, what happens there, you have, as you can see, at total, after that, after you swipe this low, you have another 10 million longs at total opening here. That was able to push the price up, but what happens here when they push the price up, they're basically selling and basically closing their long. So there is no commitment here of going higher. Okay, you can see that. Why? Because the open interest drops and you have a negative delta. This means that longs are closing. These are shorts, but these are longs exiting their trades. And you can see here you have a 10 million longs at total that came in before. Look at that here, right here. You can see what is going on there. You have the open interest decreasing, plus minus 2.9, plus minus 8.2 million. So basically the 10-minute longs have been slowly, you can see, closing already. You have more, you can see the CVD here is negative, so there are more market sales than buys, and the open interest decrease, so there are more longs closing here. But next you can see they fully close here into the highs, and then you get this massive wick here to the downside. You can see how all the flow is very nice. It's absolutely lovely, and you can see here just before you've got, there you go, look at that, the squeeze is happening live right now. This is absolutely crazy. It's not even New York right now. You can see you've got well, on the 5 minutes, I guess you can see this. So it'll be, you can see we're just recting the shorts right now that just came in. You've got here 5.8 million shorts that came in. You've just got 10 million shorts exiting right now. They've got completely squeezed. Isn't it crazy? That's pretty cool. Anyways, we've been, by the way, doing this yesterday with the same thing. It was exactly there with a bit of a range bound here. You've got like 2 million shorts that came in. You've got a good long reaction. We took the trade live, and you get you can see you liquidate these shorts there. Anyways, order flow is very nice. You can see right after here the longs close just above here, you get the reversal. They, you know, they exit. They're not willing to push the price higher and to hold price higher. Bam, market drops. And after that, you've got a little bit of aggression here. Only 3.5 million short. This is very small for a 30-minute candle. And you can see there was able to drop the price. And now what happened there? Well, it's off in the US. It's a very slow day. It's Friday. It's the weekend next. So you can see that the ones that try to commit and push the price get completely wrecked. Maybe they're going to win at some point, but that will provide the liquidity to continue here to the upside, and the fail basically to reverse that. So yeah, order flow is very nice. And by the way, I'm talking about this, but you have a very nice little giveaway to win 3 months of this, because that's a paid software. So if you want to try this out, you can absolutely go on the website, sign up, and let me just show you this here real quick. If that can load, you can go here on the website. So just you know, go into the dashboard here, and from there you have this nice free giveaway, and you can just enter your name or whatever name you want to add, an email, so in a few weeks we can contact you, and you can win 1 Exocharts month. There are 3 Exocharts months to win. It's a partnership with Exocharts. It's not me buying the thing or whatever. It's really a partnership with Exocharts. So if you want to try this out, try this out. But anyway, you can see how you can read the market very nicely. This is pretty away, so I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, let's go back to what we was doing. So Altcoins TA. So that is it for SUI. Okay, next target really is down there. If we really go below, we have, well, basically a big SFP failed auction below the low here into that level. But again, I would prefer not to catch a knife here and really get a nice context when bouncing off this. Okay, remember, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So next one is going to be, as there was a question on that, I mean, for today, how low hype can go. Let's go on hype then for that one. For the next one, we're going to cover Sol next. So I'm gonna just hide the wave really quick. I mean, hide the levels, sorry, hide the levels here, hide the volume too, and really, what? Okay, it was not in there. Restart everything with you all so we can plan everything. I need to refresh that too. So it dropped it, I guess, now. Okay, this is what we have planned this morning with VIPs on the website. Now I would like to see this bounce, and then I'm gonna, because I took the long personally, you know, I'm gonna explain myself why. Let's get rid of a few things there. Okay, so we have this wave 1, wave 2. Again, do we know if that's an impulsive here to the upside? So wave 1, 2, 3, then 4, then 5, or as I was saying before, if that's an ABC zigzag to the upside. No, we don't know if that's an ABC zigzag. There is no way 4 and 5. We're just going to drop there. That's why we have a risk management behind every single trade. Maximum 2%, max. And on Altcoins, personally, I'm not risking more than 0.5%. So took the long personally here, compounded here, and now I'm waiting to see if I'm compound or if it might stop get hit basically. So I'm waiting here to get the reclaim, and then I'm gonna, if there is a good context on Bitcoin, all that stuff, if we get a nice retest here, I'm gonna compound again and look for the wave 5. Otherwise, what I'm looking for here on a bigger time frame on this asset, well, first we just have to zoom out here and I don't know why I didn't sorted all these things. These are the smaller wave here. Yeah, these are 2 different configurations, but this is not valid anymore, by the way. That was in case of the ABC zigzag to the upside, where we confirmed a nice little 5 waves here, so we can get rid of this. So yeah, on a higher time frame, let me just hide that. What I'm looking for on hype is Come on, I just want to hide all these lower time frame things here. Anchor it, view up. There you go. Okay, so here, what we have first is, so first we'll have a nice increase in price, but then we'll have a drop. We take the low here, so can that be a wave 1 too? No, because the wave 2 break the wave 1 route, and this is not possible. So this, we don't care about what happened there really, we care about the very bottom. We start the count from the very bottom. From the very bottom here, what we have, a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After 5 waves, like before, what I was saying, when you have to really bounce, exactly the thing I was talking about on SUI before. Once you have 5 waves, you look for a 1, 2, 3, then 4 and 5, or A, B, C, and then drop. It depends next if you hold a wave 4 or not. Okay, so only time can tell. This is impossible to say which one it is. So what we can look for here, so A, B, C zigzag. In the C and in the 3, we'll have 5 waves. So 5 waves, correction, 5 waves. By the way, if I remember good here, or maybe that was not. Well, yeah, if you pull, for example, here to find a target here, you've got also the volume, or you've got a fake out below the path control. Yeah, that was the thing here. Got a bit of a fake out below the path control at the time, fake out reclaim, and then you backtest it. I don't have all the confidence because I was not trading at all this asset. I really missed everything on that one because I was really not interested in trading the altcoins, since Ethereum was really not. So I guess you've got a bit of a confidence with that because you have a bit of a front run, but still very nice. Fixed range pull. But anyway, you can see here, for example, and that's why also if you use Elliott Wave, if you use the 618 extension tool, please, you're gonna, I mean, do the test on your side. You will thanks me later. Add the MC extension, so the 71, okay, and the 78.6 to the 618. It gives a full zone of price, not just one fib, because the 618 is 99% of the time never well touched. We are most of the time going to go and touch the 71 and touch the 78.6. It's like, you know, the 618 66% retracement, or the MC fib for the wave 4. The 618, you know, it's like the 618 alone, we most of the time go and touch the 66% too. This for the extension tool with the 618, it's exactly the same thing. At the 71, 786, test on your side, you will see it's pretty insane. So yeah, bounce from the 71 MC extension, and after that we form a nice leading here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After a leading, we look for a bigger ABC, again, 5 ways up, so ABC zigzag, or impulsive to the upside. So in that case here, 1, 2, 3. We've been holding the wave 4, that was planned, by the way. And we've got the nice wave 5 next. So what we can do here is check. So first, the thing we're having right now to the upside, okay, is an ABC zigzag. Now it all depends if it holds or not the wave 5, the wave 4, sorry. Okay, so basically here, what the most probable configuration we can look for here is so this wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th. Inside the wave 5, we have simply to get 5 waves. So we can count here, 1, 2, we completed 3. Now we look for the 4 and then the 5th. So that's a valid setup. Now if it does not hold this wave 4 bottom, what it means that this increase in price here was an ABC zigzag, and so we can look for a larger correction here into the wave 4. So 1, 2 here, 1, 2, 3, wave 4, longer correction, and then we can look for the 5th, unless of course again we start with wave 4, breaking some more targets below here. Okay. But otherwise, this is what we can look at here locally right now. So if we have to look for the wave 5, if we really follow the most basic plan here, the 1, 2, 3, 4, and the wave 5, we have to look here for a 5 waves impulsive here to the upside. So what I draw you before here, there you go, and that's why I'm looking for a long here. Okay, so we can delete that and look for this pink one. I'm gonna make this visible so you can see a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, we have the wave 4, and then we look for the 5th. And this wave 5 is going to complete the bigger blue wave 5 that is going to complete on a higher time frame, either a wave 3. Okay. So yeah, let's go now and find the targets to answer your question. What was the question for today? How low hype can go? By the way, hey mate, good to see you here. Good to see you in the live, Mario. Friday weekend live stream. My pleasure, mate, and have a nice weekend too. Thank you, mate. Have a nice one too. Really good to see you here. Oh, there you go. I don't know how to pronounce. RHG, I remember you. It's been a long time since you went. Yes, absolutely. Well, the last one was I think 2 weeks ago on ZDC, but I really like make the announcement like 20 minutes before, so I guess nobody really saw that. But yeah, really happy about it. I'm gonna try to be much more active now. I mean, I'm gonna be much more active now. It's not I'm gonna try. I'm gonna be much more active. Posting more videos and stuff like that. Bitcoin, we've been crushing it so hard lately. It was very nice. Because it's been quite some, well, you know, like when we was here, it's been some very crazy wave count here. That was pretty complex. That was not a good, that was not some really good months. Now it's absolutely amazing. Love it. Absolutely love it. Anyways, there are periods like this. But anyways, good to see you all here live with me. And yeah, it's just good to see you all. So what I was saying here, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, the wave 4. How do you plan the wave 4 target? Well, first you have to look at what was the wave 2 because, well, this will determine what is the wave 4 next. So let me see. Yeah, that is the thing there. So put this and what we have done here. So we have a big wave 4 right now. You can see we have done a 56.18, 66%. That is a regular wave 2. Normally after this, you do a regular wave 4. So you stop normally between the 23.6 MCFIP, I gave the bounce here, and the 38.2, that gave a bit of a bounce too. So if you do a big wave 4 still, it's not impossible, then you can look for the 50% of the wave 4. So you pull it from the top of the wave 3 to the bottom of the wave 2, or the wave 3 route, basically. And so this right here, my friends, is the last chance to hold. We also have this very nice little anchored view up here in Confluence Wave. So this is really the key target to hold. If it breaks, well, this is what I wanted to plan with you all right now, what we can look for. You can see we'll have this very nice little value high 2 of this full consolidation at the same time. So honestly here, the confidence is there. Now we just need the commitment of pushing higher. That's the only thing we need at the moment, because if it drops below here, well, it's not looking so good anymore, to be honest. But yeah, we do have this possible wave 5 planned in the morning update with VIPs, but it's also planned there now, so that's pretty cool. Let's update the levels here real quick. Where is that? Yeah, okay. So let's hide this. Let's go with high time frame waves. Oops. On this one. And what are the targets above? Yeah, we're going to plan also the perm targets after updating the level, so you know exactly where we can look for here. I'm going to restart this, I guess. Well, let's add all of this into one folder here, and we'll just see that later. There you go. Monthly. Yips. No. Have you covered TAO? No, not at all. I just covered SUI and hype at the moment. And it's been 35 minutes. I'll have to speed up a bit. Is it tapped? No. Okay, good. Weekly. That's still a valid one because the weekly is not closed here. There, and we have 2 more remaining here. And after that, the only thing needed is the volume profile. So we can add all the confluence possible. Well, there you go. Not so complex, honestly. But it's good. I mean, yeah. That's amazing. Do we have something like that too? Don't like this much, but lovely. Look at that path control sitting up here. Yeah, I mean, I think it's very clear, right? It's there, the target. So how low it can go? Of course, it can go to 0. Yeah, anything is possible. But the target, the support at the moment is really here. if we really have to talk about the higher time frame, if we drop really from here and really go below here, this is the support next where we can look for a bounce, where we can look for it to bounce. So let's add some big levels there, because we really talk about the big time frame. Value area low here. Let me just do this real quick. High time frame volume. Okay, let's go with not this. Levels. And let's do this. Path control is there. And we also have this nice point of control just right here. So if we drop from here, again, we still have to confirm the wave for locally. What I was saying before, well, if it drops, we do have this target. So basically the support is $44,000, no, $44. I'm sorry, I'm not really I've not been trading this at all. This was the first trade I took here. So there, there's $44, by the way, 44.5 down to 36.8. This is the target. Of course, I need the context and all that stuff with the wave while approaching this, but this is the first target. And you can see if it drops below here, well, the next target really is down there. Okay, so next it's quite a large zone again, but we talk about 28. Yeah, 28 down to 20 bucks. And if this is lost, then it's really not looking good. We're going to go for a new low next. But these are the two high time frame supports and zones where we can look for reloads, all that stuff, you know, where we can look for a buy and all these kind of things. But well, not sell, of course. So now that this is done, that's cool. But let's go with so high time frame targets. Move this down there. And down here, please. Perfect. And now that this is done, let's go back on the wave. And I'm gonna add these back here into the, gonna put this into the volume here. There we go. So now let's go on the wave and let's see what price we can reach here to the upside. Well, it's already on the chart here, but to find out yourself on your side, you can pull the extension tool from the bottom here to the top to the bottom here. And at the correction targets for now. Put this on the right a little bit more, 4,500. Move this to the right a little bit for me here. And we can get rid of the first targets. Boom. And there we go, we have our targets to the upside. Pretty simple, right? Just an extension tool. And of course, next you have all the smaller wave, confluence, and all that stuff. For example, if you do here the wave 5, okay, locally here, if you do the nice 5 waves here to the upside and you complete this wave 5, you can put this wave 5 targets here on the chart. So you can pull the extension tool again from the wave 1 root to the wave 1 top to the wave 4 bottom, and look at that, my friends. The first target is the MC extension. Oops, so we don't care because it's before the wave 5. Next you have the 1-to-1 extension. There will be an SFP refill at the top, but the next target, as you can see, is right in confluence with the bigger target, 123 off the bigger and higher time frame count. So that's a nice confluence, for example. So let's go back on the daily time frame and see what price we can reach here. So first target, of course, is there, okay, where we are finding the resistance right now at 70 bucks. If that is reclaimed, we can look for the 123, that is $82. So again, psychological price, 80 bucks, just a little bit below, you know, go a little bit above to make the people bullish and then drop it if we have to make something like that. And the next one, again, very nice psychological level. Look at that, 101. So 100, I think that's a pretty big psychological price. So these are the 3 targets we have. That's not time to buy in here, of course. If you bought from before, well, these are your targets for the take profits. Of course, you can wait for the sign of weakness and all that stuff. It's not what I'm going to cover. For example, lose here the latest uptrend value high, but that's maybe a little bit low. Yeah. We invalidate some wave count or stuff like that. For example, invalidate this wave 4, depending on where you bought exactly. It's really, the plan is really, it depends on you, where you bought and all that stuff of your entry price for the trading and investment plan. But yeah, these are the targets we can look for higher prices next. So if we really go above here, we can look for 80 bucks, basically 82 and 100. These are the 2 next big targets, and these are the wave. 5 waves, correction 5 waves, so either an ABC, either next So after the ABC, well, we get another correction to the downside and another correction to the upside. That forms in the end a bigger correction, so double EXY here. Otherwise, if we make something a little bit better, that would be nice. We can make a nice 1, 2, 3, get away 4 here, and then get away 5. That'll bring us here, you know, with a wedge to the upside, so a leading here, and next after that, as I was saying before, once you have 5 ways up, you look for a bigger ABC zigzag, or 1, 2, and bam, 3, 4, 5 here to the upside, and bigger continuation. But this will be confirmed by time. Okay, for now, we are here, so let's focus on these targets. That's the most important. And locally, already covered, we do have this nice little, yeah, let's go on the 1 here. We have this nice little long trade possible of these 5 waves, but for this, again, I would prefer to see a nice little market structure change here. You know, we have the low, high, lower low, so I would like to see a higher high, and next I'm gonna pull the supports there, see what we have, and I want to see that we hold the support, get the it depends of what is Bitcoin doing at the same time, Ethereum too, and then if anything is good, then I'm gonna compound again. Okay, so yeah, that is my plan right now on this. So hope you enjoyed, and now let's move on to the next one. So the next one was Sol. What a nice one too. So good memories on that. I don't know if you remember this, but this was absolutely crazy. Yeah, that before too. Oh my god, this was pretty insane. Anyways, so yeah, what is the full wave count here? So it's pretty similar, as you can see, to what we have on Hype. I just want to keep these right here. Please. No, you don't want to do that? Okay. Oh, jeez. There you go. Let's move these down there. Nice. It's the opposite I wanted to do here. And let's delete, hide this. So, well, on Hype, you know, we've got the 5 ways up. That brings us with a bigger A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, or 5 next. Here it's exactly the same. We'll have a 5 ways first of all. So A or 1, then we'll have a correction, and then we'll have another 5 waves to the upside. Yeah, these are so good memories. This was pretty nice to trade all that thing, but anyways. So these are all the smaller wave, 5 waves to the upside, then you have a nice little correction here, double X, Y, X, and Z. Then you have another nice, yeah, that was absolutely amazing at the bottom here. 1, 2, and you have a bunch of different smaller wave here. They're not here on the chart there. But anyway, so yeah, you have all of this. So you have a 5 waves correction, 5 waves that bring us with either an ABC zigzag completed, either next, like on Hype, we look for a bigger leading of 5 waves here to the upside. So 1, 2, 3, we hold a wave 4, then we go for a 5th, and you know, after that it's gonna take really some time, but we look for a bigger wave 1, bigger wave 2, and then we look for a 3 or ABC again to the upside. These are cycles like this in the market. So now the most important, of course, is not what happened in the past. I mean, it is very important because it gives a context for next. Now we have the context, we have to focus on what is going on now. And this is also the most important, right? So let's go with a leg down here. So this one, I didn't touch it, the charts, for quite some time, but I think I did because there is a double X, Y, X, and Z here. I can't remember when I did that, but I think I did. So I just touched the folders today to really, because I was really a mess, as I said before, but I didn't touch it away. So I think I did this, when was that? Well, yeah, it might be a month ago, something like that. I have done some TAs at some point, I guess. That's on the Binance price. Do we have anything otherwise there? Okay, and on this, okay. So what we can do here, like always, pull the big A, by the way, it's a double EXY here to the downside, pull the double EXY targets. So double E root, double E bottom, X wave top, and we can add the correction targets there. So we can move these to the right. A little bit more, by the way, let's go with 450, yeah, and 200 looks a little bit too much. There you go, nice. Again, we're past the MC extension, so we can just get rid of that. And there you go, we have the next targets, not more complex, right? Let's get rid of this, and of course now we have to add all the confluence and all that stuff. We're going to do that, no worries. We're going to also add the smaller wave targets, but as you can see here, the next targets are this 1-to-1 extension at $53, so $53 is the next target, and if it drops below that, the next target is around 7.6. Whew, wow, another 90% drop. Holy. Yeah, that's insane. Yep. And now there's just, well, a little bit of commitment here of going and getting the continuation, but... Oh, well, you can see the rect I was talking, you have to reload the chart to see this, I don't know why. Oh, that's something I have to report, by the way. I reported a few things, but this is something. There are very small bugs, but anyways. A lot less than before, that's the most important. At least you don't have a data issue, for example, here. So yeah, the shorts here got destroyed, and so now there is just a little bit of longs up here. There is this tagged up there, but nothing is... And the New York open in a little bit more than 10 minutes. Well, let's see what it does, but again, it's off in the US today, so I'm not expecting anything from today and this weekend. More likely next week. Yeah, so now we have the two targets, okay, so we can, of course, now use the lower time frame wave targets too. So we have this very nice W, X, Y, that's a scam week, of course, that's Binance. And so to find the Z-wave target, because we're in a W, X, Y, X, and Z, to find the Z-wave targets here, you pull the third click on the second X wave top, like this. And then, boom, correction targets, and you have the targets. Again, 350, 250 on that one, and let's go with, and keep it like that, by the way. So, no real confidence there, we'll just extend this zone here. Oh, by the way, not down there because it's going below 0, otherwise it's not possible. 0 here, let's log that so we can see where is the very low here. And yeah, these are the targets, so we have just this a little bit of confidence there. This one we could extend that down here, but I'm gonna do the levels and see where is the confidence here, really, if we can look for this MC extension or really focus on this 1-to-1 extension here. So to do that, we go on the levels chart here, and I'm gonna just basically, I think I did the levels too because they seem updated, but I'm gonna do that with you again. Can't remember when I touched it so for the last time. I mean, trade it was back there. I never touched this since then, but the TAs I was talking about. So here this is tapped. This is tapped. Da. 3 levels, that's cool. Not too much. Weekly now. There are a little bit more here. This is tapped. Sorry, that's a little bit boring to do, but it's a must to get strong plans. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here because it starts to be a little bit complex here. And there you go, my friends. So mostly weekly levels we have here. Higher time frame levels, good, let's log that. And now, like always, all the confluence here. Oh, York open in 10 minutes. Where's the bottom here? There. Yeah, this is not looking so good. Let's go on a daily time frame. 3 days, very quick. Ain't gonna lie, this is really not looking good, this one. We have lost all the big values here. Well, again, a first sign of strength really to say, okay, I'm gonna buy this if I have to. It's really like you reclaim the range low here, you reclaim this right here, so you change the market structure to bullish, and then you see what happens there at the retracement. Are we holding this? Yeah, okay, then we can at least look for a break above this high, and then we see, are we failing like always these days, or are we getting this nice continuation for a 345 here? But honestly, yeah, next target, we do have a weekly down there. It seems to be down there. So let's add now the Fibs confluence we have been looking at here. Let's move that. Well, do this. Boom. Well, yeah, we do have this this one-to-one extension here exactly right below here with the, as you can see, weekly level. So that is pretty cool. But the next target does not really follow. So what? Wait, what was the count here already? One second, please. Alright, sorry. Cat was playing with something. So yeah, it was okay, up here, down here, up here. Alright, nice. So let's go back here and let's do that. So up here, oh well, that sucks. Because we have a scam wick there that we don't have there. That's pretty annoying. It's around that low, right? A little bit below here. Okay. Let's pull it approximately like that. Yeah, I mean, look at that again. The MC extension here, do we see anything in there? There is literally zero confluence with this. Microphone is on. Yeah, good. There is absolutely no any confluence. So yeah, this is just dead zone here. So yeah, the only good price next, yeah, to look for a long, and yeah, we'll need to get a very nice context on the other assets, is down there. Okay, that is the next possible long trade on Solana. But my friends, if this is lost, this is really not going to look good at all, because that's another 60% drop to the next targets there. So basically, the next target, if this one is lost, so we talk about 57 down to $52, the next target is down there. So we better hold the first one. Okay, but yeah, so this is the plan right now, and so it matched the wave we have planned here. Possible Z wave completion here and a Y wave completed. And of course, you have to keep the fun, if we can say that. Well, if we continue the fun here, we can look for a bigger WXY, X and Z, but at least you have a bit of a bounce here. Anyways, these are the targets and the plan on this one. Yeah, that's a nice target down there, not gonna lie. That's a nice target we can look for. Which one should I cover next? I think I will go with AMC. We've covered quite a few here that I wanted to cover, so let's go with that one. That was a request from the beginning of the stream. I don't even know what that is. The chart is completely fucked up, but we can still look for a few waves here. So first off first, we have some nice little 5 waves here to the upside. We have a nice... Let me just confirm this. Is this a new low here? Yes, it is. Okay, so it changes a bit everything here. I mean, to be honest, if you're really like, I don't know if you're new to crypto or whatever, but when I see this chart, I'm never, ever, ever, ever gonna put money into this. The chart is just terrible looking. This looks like really you're going to get scammed, but I'm gonna do it. That was a request. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely not at all correct on this, but when I see that, it looks like, you know, pump and fun chart here. It looks completely like terrible. Anyways, so this right here looks like more likely a leading in the end, not a wave 1, 2 like this, because we take the root here. So in that case, a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pretty fucked up. But anyway, then you have a nice little triple wave like that. Meh, ABC zigzag, I guess, in the last wave here. So that might be more a double XY here. 105, 113. All right, and then after this one, we're going to move on. Wait, which one are done? The first here. Yeah, so we can move on. I don't know. Let me know in the comments which one you know between Link, XRP, and ZDC and Cardano. By the way, I'm pretty excited to do Cardano. So yeah, here that's a 5 waves up here. Let me just do the wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. WXY. $123 gave the bounce here. Plus we took a little bit of liquidity down there. Almost took that last low. Sucks we didn't, but already 2 lows here. And we're gonna stay on that, by the way. And so after this, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, small wave 2, big wave 4, what I was saying before here. Again, small wave 2, big wave 4, completing the wave 5. And so after that, my friends, well, you have now completed 5 waves, correction 5 waves. So 2 different possibilities, like always. Either we do a big ABC zigzag and now this is over, this is done, the top is in, and we're going to get a nice little crash here. Either this is a nice bigger 1, 2, oops, 3, we hold a wave 4, and then we go for a 5th. Okay, so let's go here and see what target now is the wave 4. Again, a wave 2 have 73. Well, it's a pretty destroyed and completely fucked up chart, but not gonna lie, the TAs are nice on this one. That's pretty cool. Yeah, wave 2 here. So wave 2 have, yeah, this is super well respected, not gonna lie. Wave 2 have 73% chance to bounce from the 5618, 66%. You're open in 1 minute, but again, it's off in the US, so I'm not expecting anything. But anyways, so 5618, 66%. So after a regular wave 2, to plan, if you push this to plan the targets here, you can of course pull it from the wave 1, pull the extension tool from the wave 1 root to the wave 1 top to the wave 2 bottom here. So I would like to do this like that. So I'm really to the tick. 250, okay, 450. And let's go with 100, I guess. And so of course now we can, yeah, so we have an extension in the C already because we go and touch the 200%. So not impossible, but well, these are the targets. So we have the 1618, that is the minimum. I mean, we're in a wave 3. If we're in a wave 3, in an impulsive, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For the wave 3, we have more chance to reach at least the 1618. So this first blue fib here, we have only 2% chance to stop before. That is extremely small. It happens, but it's extremely small. So next target 200%. If we keep pushing like that, we do, for example, an extension in the wave 5, in the lower time frame wave 5, we can look for the 2618, then we'll have the 3618, and then the 423.6. Now, if we stop here, because we completed some 5 waves in the wave 5, and by the way, I don't even know if the targets here were respected. Let me see. Well, you can see, only 2% chance to stop before the 1618. We did it here. This is still possible. And then to find a wave 5 target, as the wave 3 is less than 1618, boom, you pull it like that. The second click on the wave 3 top. And the first target is not the 618 MEMC extension, it's the 38.2. And the max target is this time the 1618. So first target is this one, 38.2, as you can see with the confluence here, wave 3. 200%. If we push higher, you can see we have this nice MC extension, so more likely not the 618, more likely here the MC extension part of the fib with the 3618, sorry, this is a 2618 here, my bad, 2618, then we have the 3618, and you can see 423.6 was a nice 1618 of the wave 5. Should we do an extension? But this is really in case we go for an extension. Otherwise, if we have now to plan a drop and we drop from here, where is the place where it is best and we have the higher chance to bounce from? There you go. Here, exactly here. Do we have any volume on this? Yes, we do. So we can do also this latest uptrend volume here. There you go, my friends. We can pull also this. This is really low, so let's pull this one there. Yeah, you can see all the volume here. We have some nice confidence. So I am not at all going to trade this personally. It's really because that was a request. But well, here is my friend. You have now your target for a long trade, right? This is or your buy or whatever you want to do in these zones. And the next target, if we really drop from here, so basically if we lose this zone, if we really get acceptance below here, well, next target is really sitting down here. Value high path control. I'm not even sure we have monthly and weekly. Yeah, we only have a daily. You can see there is daily down there in conflicts with the target I was talking about. So yeah, here is my friend. This is the technical analysis on this one. But yeah, I'm never going to trade that thing. the chart is looking terrible. So that is done. We can, well, I'm gonna keep it here just to see how it plays out next, but I'm not gonna trade that. So what we can do next? Anyone sent anything? No. So let's go with, I don't know, link. We are live for 1 hour. Yeah, we still have some time. Yeah, you see, it's off in the US. So New York open, 30 here. No any commitment right now. There's a short, I mean the longs that came in, you can see for example the longs that came in here are not able for now to push the price and hold the price up. It's a flip into resistance, you can see here. Yeah, this is not really looking so good, but again we have a poor high still up here, so could see that, but yeah, there's nothing to do with that. And we're not even in a good support at the moment. I mean, in the upper part, but it's really lack of confidence. So, anyways, let's go on link. So link, what we can look for here. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sol. Okay. Okay. Wow. Yep, but we never broke that. And again, we have the very good start here because we've got, you know, a 5 waves to the upside. After that, you look for a B or wave 2, and then it's either a C drop, what we've done, either a 3, 4, 5, but you had this very brilliant start. And another very good example of what I was saying at the beginning of the stream, once you get the 5 waves, you get the pullback, and this is where you really, well, put more interest in. And then at least you write this, you can see even if you still crash next, if you really bullish down there, you still have a 200% increase in price. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Just control this thing. And so yeah, well, if we have an ABC zigzag to the upside, my friends, and we've got a double XY, X and Z before, then we just go for a longer correction. Yeah, so W, an X, and then we go for a Y here to the downside. So here we have got most likely a triple wave first. I'm just trying to find out what this bigger correction is. Five. No. Well, this can be an ABC zigzag. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. No. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with an ABC zigzag here. It doesn't really make sense otherwise. For a full 5 waves. Then what do we have here? I had a wave on that, no? Yeah, I remember seeing this when I sorted my folders before to go live. So yeah, I do have this ABC zigzag. I just hide that because there is a tons of smaller waves, as you can see. So let's put this out. So ABC, I guess that's an extension because we've got a pretty important rise here. Yep. 200% as usual when you do an extension on ABC zigzag. And so if we have an ABC zigzag first, then an ABC zigzag, we do not retrace 90%. If so, this can be a flat, a regular one, max 123 next for the C. No, we do not go into the 90%. So this is right here, double EXY down. And guess what is the bigger pattern here? It's a Y wave, right? Can a Y wave finish with a double EXY? No. So we have to look for a bigger correction here. So a double EXY XNZ, WXY XNZ, and it matched what we was also. Can't remember which coin if it was SUI, but he's looking for this kind of increasing price, but still to drop below next. So in that case, into the Y wave here, if we could, for example, take the wave count here, so 1, 2, that's 5 waves here. Yes, leading, impulsive. 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 waves down here completed. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th. If we still continue down, that's in that case a nice ABC zigzag here. Cool. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, okay. Let's just zoom in a little bit here, see if the small wave was really well respected with the fibs. So again, pull the extension tool from the wave on root to the wave on bottom to the wave to top here. The wave 3 targets. And we've got a 200%, not really crazy, so maybe we have the smaller wave a little bit. 2, 3, 4. And you've got this top there. Yeah, not crazy, not gonna lie. Not perfect, so let's see if the wave 5 here was better. Yeah, a little bit, if that was the 1-to-1, yes. Yeah, that's fine, not crazy, but it's fine. So yeah, we can look for this ABC zigzag here into the Y wave. We cannot pull the ABC zigzag correction targets. I mean, look at that. Here is a result. If we do it, it's gonna bring us with some targets below 0 because the A wave is way too large. So in that case, we can pull this double EXY here. I mean, double EXY of the double EXY XNZ. Misclicked. Okay. Like Solana, 100 and 123. These are the only 2 targets right now. So yeah, $7 and 2.2. These are the 2 targets we have. I'll just put the wave a little bit better here, so it's really clean. There you go. So yeah, we can look for the $7, and if this is lost. We can look for $2. And well, if we're into this WXY here, the Y wave normally is going below the W bottom, so we might go and touch the $2 at some point. Maybe, you know, first we get this X wave and then we go for a Z. The Z wave are not going to be these targets in that case, but these are the Y wave targets, the blue Y wave targets. Okay. Do we even have 5 waves down there? Well, yeah, a bit like Bitcoin could be a big wave 4 here. Alright, so let's go on the levels on that thing too, and let's get rid of all of this that was really made quite some time ago. Let's see if we have any good targets. Holy, what the hell? No any monthly level there. That's the monthly, yeah. Well, we don't have any big resistance. That's pretty cool. All the monthly are tapped. So if we have to rise at some point, we don't have some crazy resistance. My eyes hurt a bit. Don't know why. Maybe the lights are a little bit too bright. This gave the support, you can see here twice. Good. Alright, now what we can do is, like always, add all the confidence here. There's gonna be a lower time frame. Oh, nice. This is lovely. Look at that. We've hit a nice target on that one. Yeah, so now we need to see if we manage to, again, because I'm never gonna try to catch knife anymore on this kind of assets. I'm gonna really wait for a new high to be made if we have to bounce, and I'm gonna look for this context or these 5 waves. If so, I'm gonna be interested in buying this retracement to then look for a C drop or 3 or 5 to the upside. But I want to see this context. So yeah, again, you can see the fib 1-to-1 matched perfectly here with the point of control. And where was the next target? It was $2. So below here, the lows, yeah, we don't have any levels down there, so it makes sense to not get anything down there. So yeah, well, we have this target there, point of control. We can also, by the way, look on this one at these naked values. Here we have the point of control. Yeah, we do have a little bit of support down there too. I'm not going to lie, we do have a little bit of support down there too. With this value low, sorry, of the previous range, weekly and monthly. So we do have a little bit of support too at 6. Yeah, 6.2 down to 5.6. These are the two next lower time. Well, these are no, this is not the lower time frame. These are the two next targets on link, and if we drop further, well, we already know here. $2, 2.2. We have the 123 here of this Y wave. Okay, so that is the plan. And again, yeah, if it takes on longs or stuff like that on this, it's really more like you have really to take profit really soon next, and be really aggressive on the take profits. It's best. And yeah, for the swings, really wait for the bounce, markets to change, and then we see on the retracement, do we have any 5 waves before? If so, then we can get a nice little increase in price next. So link, we're done. We have only 3 remaining at the moment. Gonna drink a little bit. Oh, well, it looks like it's moving a little bit in the end. Where is the order flow here? Oh, well, there you go. Shorts are getting stopped out here. Well, this is what I said. We've got a poor high. So now we are taking the high. Well, we still have some commitment for a New York dead. I mean, holiday day. But anyways, so go all these. Well, you can see the longs in the end. Where was the longs? Here. the little stack here. We tested there, but yeah, by the way, well, we got a little bit of shorts there. But as you can see below, we didn't got any commitment, and then you've got the small longs that in the end you've got some close above, and you can see here new longs push the price. This is nice to go and stop the shorts. Again, if that's a holiday day, they're just mostly shorts getting stopped out right now. This last push up here. Maybe if we refresh that, we'll get some wrecked too. No. Well, let's see what follows that. But we cleared the today's poor high. Okay, the today's high here. Let me just increase that a little bit. That right here was a poor high, so that was the target. Now we stop the shorts. So, oh shit. So now, well, we can. That's gonna be a hard short, not gonna lie, because there is the market structure change is really down there. We need to see what comes next, basically. Are buyers still willing to push up? And I don't know what is going on there on this. Is this move even absorbed or? What time was that? Yeah, okay, 325. Yeah, there is no real like visible limits that wants to be seen here. Absorbing anything. Yeah, so again, I have no idea what happened since this morning, really. Because as it's off in the US, a little bit of limit longs there. Let's put this here. So yeah, well, let's see what comes next here on Bitcoin. But we've cleared. Well, at the time in the morning update, for example, we had this pull low that we took. People tried to short there. They got wrecked. Or maybe short after, by the way. Not really directly here. Yeah, they short here. They tried to really be aggressive down there and push the price down, but they failed. And so now we have, as you can see, some small shorts coming in. But, and that is the very key point, do we have the market structure change yet? No. So if you short up here, well, it's really very aggressive. And honestly, these days on Bitcoin, it's so hard to trade it, really. It became really hard, so the best is really not to be aggressive anymore and really wait for the market to tell you what isn't actually in control. Because yes, you can get some shorts here trying to push the price down, but if you don't have any market structure change, for example, it's not confirmed that they're moving and able to, well, they're moving and they're in control of the price, basically. So yeah, let's see if these shorts are able to change the market structure. For example, if we come back below here, that poor high, that was on the today's TPO. If we come back below with some shorts, we have a market structure change, everything is holding. It offers a scalp short, for example. And the previous high was really here. So what was the price? 63,021. Let's go here. I said what? 21? Yeah. Yeah, you see, for example, here in the morning, we had this pull low and a pull high. So we swiped the pull low and we swiped the pull high. Perfect. Perfect. And now we're backtesting the old support. But yeah, there are small shorts here trying to push and defend the price at the moment to bring this back down. But for now, nothing is confirmed. So otherwise, what do we have here? Link, we're done, honestly. XRP. This one is a big one. We're live for how long now? 1 hour and 20 minutes. What? This is Cardano. Already have some wave on that thing? That's insane. I can't remember again that I've done this wave, but I surely did because there's a target here. Alright, well, I did. I can't remember touching that. I mean, do some TAs on that thing. Yeah, shorts are still defending here. So on the 10-second chart, the market straight change is really down there. 62,900. Yeah, well, it matched the acceptance back below the previous 4 high. That's cool. So, well, if the thing is now a very simple thing, okay? If, let's add the level here too. Oh, yeah. Well, okay. I'm gonna do it like that way too. Sorry. Like that. If it get acceptance back below here, that level with the shorts holding below it, that's a short trade. Really as simple as that. And next we can look for let's go here. This is what, my friends, this is a range. Very simple thing. We have the high here, the bottom there. Well, here we can pull that fixed range a little bit before here. And well, yeah, that will be the very, very, very key thing. If the shorts are able to hold below this, there is no VWAP there. Why is there no VWAP? The VWAP is really down here. Okay. Okay, yeah. If we lose that, well, either you are aggressive, you take profit one in there, you follow the shorts. Either you are not aggressive and then you wait for this Valera high and the point of control here to be lost. Just gonna double check something here. Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. So sometimes when you miss one candle, it's completely different. If the candle, even on 5 minutes, if that was a lot of volume. So yeah, that is the plan here. If it loses this, that's a short trade down to here overall, and overall below here. You can see how, like, you've got a pull low, you swipe the pull low, and then you swipe the pull high. You just stop the trade in this range right now. Anyway, it's pretty cool. So let's go and continue here the TAs on Cardano. So Cardano here, I already have the wave on that thing. We've got a big double XY before. We have another correction here again. We had a very good start there, but we end up here in an ABC zigzag. And so, well, that's very simply, that's a bit of a mess, this one here. I didn't have time to sort it before to go live, but anyway, so WXY. Yeah, I already have done the TAs on that. That's pretty insane. Can't remember, I really can't remember. But anyway, so we have this double XY down here. Oops, double XY, okay. And so, by the way, we have another double XY into the Y wave, so this is not possible too. So we have to make, in that case, like the other ones, W, X, Y, X, and Z here to complete that. Again, the X wave can really make some nice bounce, okay. It can really take some time, make some nice bounce, but overall, more likely this. And so locally, I already have my targets for this. We have this nice impulsive down with a wave 5 targets just right there. So we have 0.4, well, 142, and down to this point of control. Well, we can take all that, by the way. I don't know why I took only this. Well, this is really the best part. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it like that. I know why, because there is a point of control here. That is the reason why. Maybe we can do that too here. Let's have a look at this real quick. And now we can extend that down here because of this Valera high. So yeah, next support 0.142 down to 0.1 basically. If this is lost, we can divide by 2 and look for 0.05. That's it. Okay. That is it. And next one is 0, so hopefully we don't go down there. So this is done. And we now have only 2 remaining. XRP, so I just check it before to go live to sort the folders. The XRP and Cardano was the 2 ones I didn't have time to sort the folders. And I just noticed that on this one, we did made a new all-time high. We made a new all-time high on this one. We took the previous high, and I didn't realize that before. Like, really took the high. So it changes everything on the bigger time frame. It really changes everything. Let's get rid of that. I don't know where are the things here. I had some wave count. Yeah, it was there. There you go. Oh yeah, but we was looking for that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I remember when it was back down here. Have been planning that right here. That was it that one? No, I think it was BCH. But that one also had some nice target down there. Anyways, so yeah, here basically, well, it's really like the wave 4 right now is really struggling, as you can see, to hold. If we're in this to really make the wave 5, and we're almost at the wave 4 invalidation, because if we take the wave on top here with the wave 4, it invalidates the wave count basically. So, well, technically right now it's still valid, but it's super deep at the moment. So if that's not an impulsive, again, what it is, like always, it's an ABC zigzag here, ABC, like that. And so if that's an ABC zigzag, my friends, well, it brings us with a very simply a longer wave 2 here. And we just continue the full range bound on that thing. We still, as you can see, get some very nice increase in price, but we still continue the range bound. Okay, so and this is what it looks like it's likely going to do. Okay, unless, because, well, I mean, there is no more, not so much space anymore between the wave 1 and the wave 4 here. So honestly, it looks like we are very likely into this ABC zigzag. And so let me just change here the smaller wave to less visible, because this is a little bit annoying. We cannot really see everything properly. We can get rid of that thing too. And so what we can look for here is simply a bigger correction in there. So a larger W, X, and a Y wave. And by the way, this right here is an ABC flat in that case. So the first wave down here, the first targets we can look for are the following ones. Correction. Mario, would you please check EIGEN? Of course, thing. Yeah, mate, I will have a look at this one next, and after that I will I think cut the stream. My eyes are just terrible right now with the light. It's pretty insane. Boom, boom, boom. So we've got, yeah, you can see this nice 1618 below. So this will be the very key target. Of course, we can add a lot more confidence than this, but we have this nice, very, well, yeah, very nice little fib there. So what do we have? This is on the Bitstamp price. I don't know what says the volume on that thing. Yeah, I don't really know if this is very nice and well respected. Let me refresh that. I'm just checking something here. Yeah, there you go. 40.1. Don't know. Don't know if I have the bearish CVD here. I would like to see like really the numbers. La, 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 short numbers. What was the CVD here? 1031. Yeah, so we do have a bearish CVD right now. Longs, there were some small longs here trying to push the price that are failing. So that's even better for the short trade again. Following the plan, if you're aggressive, this can offer the short trade directly now. Otherwise, remain a little bit patient here for a little bit lower and wait for the acceptance back below that level. Let me just add back the short numbers here because otherwise it's a little mess to, to read the numbers. But yeah, that's a nice little first reaction we're having here for a short. Now we need to get acceptance back below the level, because even with that sometimes, and that's the problem with Bitcoin, you can just flip the level into support and continue. You know, the shorts come in just to go into the level, flip it into support, and bam, it continues straight up here. So depends on the trader you are. Personally, I was aggressive at some point, but these days, honestly, from my experience, it's not so good anymore to be aggressive. So yeah, it's better to wait for the level to be lost. In the end of the day, you know, the goal is to make profit, not to try to catch every single highs and lows. But it is up to the one that trade. So here, yeah, 1618 is the next target there. We can of course pull some more here. For example, this kind of. Geez, my ears are really burning right now. Okay, and here, let me just. Yeah, well, all the confluence is down there, so I would say that this is a 1618 down to here, really the next target. Okay, that is the next target basically on XRP for the wave, and so that would be, honestly, it's not really a problem. It's either a double EX or either an ABC flat. Okay, but yeah, on the bigger picture here, it's, well, there are so many data on this one. It's just basically a larger here double EX on this one. We'll need to let the data form at some point. This is really like we just start the way wave. We don't have some crazy stuff here. Let's just plan the targets and see what's the context on the other assets. We have much better context on the other ones. Honestly, that was planned already. Link, Solana, much better waves and all that stuff. XRP is not really interesting here. Yeah, this is not really interesting, honestly. And well, of course, the first sign of trend, if we really have to bounce from here, will be this downtrend here. Yeah, it's really up here, so that's pretty insane. What is the price of this 1618 here again? $0.77 down to $0.57. Yeah, so see the next target is really down there. Jeez, I just miss my click all the time. Yeah, I mean, that is the next target, my friends. We tried. You can see the market really tried to hold this value high. Okay, it really tried, but now it's failing. It's failing, and we do a flip into resistance here. So the next target is down there, basically, around the target WAF plan with a 1618. So yeah, unless we get another, you know, reclaim here, change in the market structure, hold a higher low next, and very important is, then we can ride at least an increase in price to swipe the highs. But we need to see that first original bounce, otherwise just knife catching. And honestly, if you have been doing this for a few years in the altcoins, you know how terrible it is. So yeah, ZECU otherwise, I think there is nothing crazy to update because it's following perfectly what we have planned at the moment. You know, we've planned this, and I'm gonna go on the request, mate. How can you use a glass with? Oh yeah. That might be a good idea, to be honest. Thanks, mate, because I was thinking about it maybe 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I will look into this. You're absolutely right, mate. Thanks for this. I will. It'd be better to count XRP in the log scale. Oh yeah, absolutely. For the high time frame, it is. Let's go here really quickly back on this. Let me just show you here. It is absolutely better to go on the last scale on a higher time frame. Absolutely correct. But I already have personally my account on this. I think it's just hidden, but yeah, you can see it's there. Is just, oh yeah, but sorry, I'm a bit tired. It's because I already know the cam, but I didn't explain that, of course. My bad. So it's basically first a wave 1, 2, then you have a 3, then you have a 4, and then you have a 5. But you're absolutely correct to go on the last scale on the high time frame. This is the way to go. Otherwise, you can see you cannot even count the first here, the beginning here. So absolutely, you go on the last scale. So here you have 5 waves. So like always, if you have 5 waves first, well, you look for a nice ABC or bigger, you know, impulsive up here. So basically, the pink waves. Now we took the high. Yeah, and by the way, that brings us with a double EXY here to the upside in the end. So the bottom is more likely here, by the way. Well, there you go, my friends. We're testing the, well, yeah, the shorts have been doing a great job. That's very, very, very nice. Now we need to see that we get acceptance back below the level. Okay, if we get back below the level, well, again, as I stated earlier, here, get back below the level here, lose this value high part of control, then it offers a short trade down to this value low and then to the range low. And honestly, it's very, very probable we just keep the range bound going because we are Friday. New York is just on holiday today, so this is just and you can see it in the order flow. There is just no commitment of pushing higher for the moment. There are just shorts getting stopped out. There are just shorts, no new longs trying to push the price up. There are just shorts exiting, and now you have the commitment. Oh shit. I didn't know we could do that. Okay, well, good to know. What is it doing exactly? Because it's not zooming out. Oh, it is? Okay, it is. Okay, good to know anyways. So, and now you have the commitment of bringing the price low here. So that's very nice. We have the continuation here. That's very cool, but yeah. If you're really now waiting, you wait for this to be lost. And once this is lost, then bam, 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 that is the next target. So we have the commitment now, but we need to break this deal, okay? And if you're aggressive again, it's really up to you. Well, this already the reaction I stated before. And so yeah, just to come back on XRP here, you're right, mate, to talk about this again, because that is like that. And it's a double EXY to the upside. Yeah, so it's a double EXY like this. You know, you have an ABC zigzag here, then you have another correction, and then you have another ABC zigzag. So you do a double EXY here into the bigger X wave. By the way, it makes more sense than taking a truncated wave. The truncated wave was in case we had to do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside here, but we're not even able to hold the wave 4. So most likely we're in this double EXY. And let's have a look really quickly here at what targets was reached there. Bam, bam. Yeah, max Y wave target 1618, perfect fib here, lovely. So yeah, we're more likely in such configuration, to be honest. And so here that's an ABC flat. A, B, C to start, well, to complete the Y wave, who knows, but it's a little bit short, not gonna lie, so I would not be surprised to make something a little bit longer. And if we have to make something longer here, well, you know what, we cannot get a simple double EXY. So we have to make something a lot longer, W, X, Y, X, and Z to complete this, and then we have a possible B or 2 bottom, and then we finally get the rise. So it can take really some time, really some time. So hopefully we just end up with a ABC flat in the end. That would be really the best case, but yeah, we'll see. So anyways, we'll have the targets, the updated wave, and yeah, for the higher time frame wave count is what I'm looking at basically. Before I got that blue light filter glass, especially after longer watching the screen in the darkness, I had dream. Yeah, nice. Well, thank you, mate. I'll really have a look at this, because it's been like quite some time that now my eyes start really burning, and more of this, I have like big lights to for the streaming, so it's like destroying my eyes right now. So yeah, I think the glasses might help with this. So yeah, thanks, mate, for this. We'll definitely have a look into it. Boom. So yeah, ZEC, just to go on this one, and then we're done. I think there is no more to cover. Yeah. Oh yeah, there is yours, mate. Just wanna cover this, and after I'm gonna go on yours, and then I'm gonna wrap the stream. So well, this was, just have to go on the YouTube channel into the live section. That was a previous live. Literally, we've got this little range basically on a higher time frame. We have the best long trade setup that is down there, of course, but recognize that we have this key level up here. At the time was just right here trying to reclaim it. Oh, it was on the daily time frame. Yeah, as I stated, if we get a daily candle close above and we are back above this key level, that's a long trade up to this value high. Really as simple as that. And guess where we are right now? Into the value high. We tried to break it, but it failed. So yeah, that's very nice. Now we can, if we're back below the value high, well, next target is the point of control. So we can look for, our nice double XY, exactly the wave we have planned in the last live stream. What was down there was looking for this X wave, possibly into the value high. So it's following perfectly. What can I say? That's brilliant. X wave, and then we look for the Y wave down into the target we have planned. Yeah, pretty lovely. Pretty cool. So yeah, not much to update on this. If you want to go and really have a look about all the wave count and all that stuff, I've been doing this live in the last live stream. So what was your request, mate? It was EIGEN. Have no idea what that one is too. Gonna add a bunch of different ones, but the crypto one is usually the best one with the most data. USDC, I don't care. I don't care about this. I think we have an out here, right? Oh. Bitstamp. Interesting. Bybit, nice. Well, already have done some TAs on that, it looks like. Couldn't remember. Well, that ended up very nicely in the end. Went a little bit below here, but we still got this very nice little bounce here, so I have no idea. In July, well, yeah, it's been a year, so can't remember. So much happened since then. So yeah, let's keep this. That's a USDT perpetual contract, so perfect. And this is not the most. Yeah, so October 1st, 2024. Yeah. Yeah, Bybit spot chart. This is the one I wanted to keep. But yeah, crypto is usually nice for most of the coins. You have most of the longest data on this, but yeah, on that one, yeah, correct. Bybit spot. It's oldest, it looks like. So in any case, honestly, we took the low, so. But still, it's nice to get the oldest one. So yeah, this will be for the levels, and this will be for the wave count here. So let's zoom in a little bit because it's a little bit more complex here. Otherwise, to see the smaller waves. So it looks like we have a double wave 1, 2 star here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just do this again. So 5 waves. 5 waves. Could that be an ending here? Well, to answer that, we'll have to go into the smaller wave there. Let's go on the one real quick. If we have ABC zigzagged in this, yes, this is an ending, but... Well, yeah, that's an ending. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. The wave count will be announced anyway. Yeah, no worries. I'll rest this weekend. Have nothing planned, so it's fine. No worries. Well, it's pretty weird because we do have 5 waves next. But it doesn't really make sense with the context here. So, yeah, I do prefer that still. Plus, plus we have the nice wedge, you know, like shape here down there, so it makes sense. Yeah, that's pretty terrible. But again, nowadays, please don't forget that we can do leadings and endings in wave 3 also. We've got the case so many times now. You know, the market evolves, it changes, it's like that, right? So in back 100 years ago, you could not do this in the wave 3. Now you can. It already happened, so that's fine too. And here it's not really possible to be in something else otherwise. I mean, I don't really get the wave count otherwise. 1, 2. Okay, could that be a flat? Not impossible. Let me. Let me just checking the calls here real quick. Is it even in the calls? Yes, it is in the calls. Elliott Waves. Let's just have a look at this very quickly, because there is a retracement fee percentage for a special flat. Yeah, raw flat. Let me just have a look at this. Oh, there you go. Here. It's the 131.8. Oh, yeah, 131.8. Yeah. Nah. Wait, I'm lost. Let me just double check something here because we already had this on Bitcoin. It was exactly here. We had that only once on Bitcoin. It was there. Look at that. A, B, C flat. You know, this kind of rough flat here, that's a broken flat basically. And so I'm just curious. Let's add this, I don't know, it just so we can get only one level. 1.318. Ah, come on. Yeah, so we can really go past that, by the way, now. And so the target was what in that case? So let's go with the negative fibs in that case for this. Sorry, I'm just curious about how things are going because yeah. What is that? Is the 1-to-1? Yeah, okay, good. So let's have a look now at the case on the other one. That's very interesting, this, what we have there. Let's do that, and let's do this. That's fine, not gonna lie. Plus, look at that. Yeah, nah, that's not correct for the 5 waves. I'm gonna take the ABC zigzag. The ending is correct, but this is more likely here an A. Right here, the B with a flat, and then you have the C to the downside. And more of it happens in strong trends. Just gonna move that a little bit above here because otherwise the things are going to flip upside down, you can see. And so we do have this kind of ABC broken flat. You can see we'll have the 5 waves to the upside there. So yes, this is correct, like this. And to confirm that maybe it works, we can pull this extension tool. Yeah, that makes sense now. ABC flat, and you have this nice one-to-one extension down there. So yeah, that's a nice first little drop here. And so if we continue the drop after getting an ABC zigzag down like this, it means fly here. It means that that's a double EXY down. Very interesting. That very interesting. Very interesting. Yes. You can focus on the count only from recent bottom. Okay, well. Anyways, it's done now. So yeah, double EXY here to the downside. X and Y. Where's the low? Here. So yeah, double XY down. Let's make the wave here visible. Bam. Reduce a little bit that. Go with 30, for example. And so if we have to be in a Y wave here, let's zoom in a little bit there. Seems to be this, or you know, we never know if that's going to be a wave 4 next at 5, and so next, you know, even longer drop in that case. Bigger A, B, C into the, you know, that will be the first 5 waves of a bigger A, B, C, exactly as we're into a Y wave. But otherwise, what would be the count here? Would be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a massive wave 5 here. Yeah, perfectly ending there. Yeah, this is cool. I like that. RSI may not agree at all, but I mean, yeah, that is absolutely normal. Forest is good for this. Nah, let's go on the 12, I guess is good. Yes. So my wave 3 is there, only 1-to-1. Alright, that's fine, to be honest. I'm curious, mate, what do you had, or do you have for this wave count? Nah, that's not tapped. Let's just do this by the way and do this. Wave 1, 2, 3. We have the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 5th here. Yeah, the wave 3 are pretty short on that one. Like, again, look at that. We just bounced from the MC extension. Wow. How crazy is that? So we do have this fib a little bit below. Otherwise... no, that's not a wave 5 template here. Ah, wait. 1 second, please. Alright, just 1 second, please. I have a delivery as stated at the beginning of the stream, so... yeah, I will be back in just 5 minutes max. Alright, my bad. So, what I was saying here, I can't remember. So what he says, let me just pop out the chat here. Hey mate, near. Well, I'm gonna do this, I think, in another stream. This one is the last one. We're already live for, yeah, well, 2 hours now. Could we count a leading expanding? Oh wow, I have the delivery thing on my on my t-shirt. How crazy is that? Anyways, could we count the leading expanding from the recent bottom as wave 1? Okay, yeah, because what I see here is that there could be an expanding wave 1 and have a correction wave 2, and now we could finish. Yeah, that's I saw that too here, possible leading. And we took the low here. No, I will see this, but yeah, this can be, I think. I will zoom in a little bit. So yeah, 1 2 3 here, 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, nice, cool. So this is most likely completed here. So what is the count again? Yeah, ABC. Again, either it's an ABC, either it's a 3, and so in that case next we can look for a 4 and then a 5th. Now the 4, there will be more, sorry, a leading, because the wave 4 might go and touch and break the wave 1 bottom here. So yeah, this is, we will have to do the levels next for this to find a way here. I mean, to find the targets of that. So sorry. Now yeah, you can see, there we go. That's why these days it's not so good to be aggressive. You can see we're already back up here and we've really flipped that into support. See? That's why it's best to really wait for that. And that is the way I personally trade nowadays, because back in 2021 you could be aggressive like that, now not really. So now we have some aggression here. We've got longs exiting down there. Now you have 12 million longs opening here. So again, well, it depends now if the longs are able to hold the price or not. Again, very simple thing, get acceptance back below here, that's a short trade. Now we even have the fuel to continue down next, so it's even better. But now if the longs are at the same time able to hold the price up like this, it's going to continue. So it depends again of what is going on next. The short idea is still absolutely 100% valid. It's just like this. If it gets down below here, this zone, and again, this is what I stated before, if you get a short, it can be already a short reaction if you're aggressive, or it can be just a flip into support here. That's why it's best to really wait for this very high point of control to be fully lost. Once you got acceptance back below here, then it activates the short trade. Okay, and now we even have the fail to drop, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, so let's go back on this one here. So let's now zoom in this and do the thing you was looking at the very beginning, you wanted basically, these waves here to the upside. So let's have a look. Okay, so I think that this is a double EXY here, and the leading is B4, is completed B4 already, because you can count here a triple wave, wait, a triple wave. Yeah, most likely a triple wave here too. But this seems to be 5 waves in the end there. No, I'm gonna keep it like that personally. But you're right that you do have this shape here, expanding, leading, but I prefer it completed like that. But well, I mean, in the end, this is still, yeah, you're right, this is still an expanding, leading, even if we just stop here at the high, you still have this expanding, like you do small move to expand it. The wave 4 cannot break the wave 2 still, it's not because you expand that you go take that, it's not I don't know what's the name of the triangle like this. Well, expanding triangle, you can do that. But in a leading or an ending, you know, you have a small wave 1, 2, then you have a 3, 4. It's not like a triangle where you go below here. The wave 4 can still not break the wave 2 here. And then you do the 5. You still expand like this. I mean, boom, boom. But yeah, so, well, yeah, you have this absolutely. This is, yeah, it is. It is most likely here. So after that, well, I think you already have it on your chart, mate. ABC. And you have this nice double EXY here. Very clean, to be honest. Yeah, more of this, you go into the max target, 1618, you front run the 200. Yeah, you don't touch the 200 here, you even come back up here, flip it into support. Look at that, how cool is this? That is the spot. I don't know if the volumes were respected on this, but yeah, and that's a brilliant long trade, not gonna lie. That is really brilliant long trade. You have the latest value here. If you lose that, even better on that. Look at that, come on. That is absolutely insane, right? Look at this. Look at that. This is brilliant. Perfection. 1618 lost, reclaim, flip the 161 into support, and in confluence with the 161, you get this very nice latest uptrend here value low. That is absolutely perfect. Perfect, perfect. So yeah, I do think it's more like that. I don't know if he was counting the full thing or, but honestly, his value is just next for the targets to the upside, so a little bit different because you pull the extension tool from the low here. Let's go on to 8 hours from the low. From this low, there you go, to this top, to this bottom here. So if you pull it up here, it's going to be a little bit different targets. So yeah, most likely, well, again, yeah, what I was saying before here, either that's an ABC zigzag to the upside, max 1618. If we go for an extension, we can go for the 2618. Otherwise, if we really continue to push higher than this, well, you know, 1, 2, and the 3 might go really past the 161 here, 3, 4, 5. So these are the wave in that case. Look at it, oops. And so we can get rid of this, and so most likely here we go for an SFP or a failed auction of the high. Otherwise we go for the 1618, and then we can look for the 2, and then oops, and then the 2618 up here. And I think you know how to pull the wave targets here. You already know that for the wave 3, 4, 5 extra. So these are the targets. Now, the thing I really want to do still to confirm where are the resistance and all that stuff is really the levels. So I'm gonna do this really quickly. This is completed. Let's do it on the lot scale here because, oh, and the bottom was made this month, by the way. 2 weeks ago, 3. I see. Longs are defending here, and we go still for a nice little bounce here. Yeah, no real commitment. Well, there is now. Don't know what the limit, if there is any commitment here of doing anything right now. No, still nothing. The move up is not absorbed. So yeah, we might swipe that high. So let's see what happens after the new high. Because we still have a poor high, as you can see now. So best case now is we really do a big wick and we reject once more and get acceptance again. Back below here, you know, down there. Let's see what happens above the high again. Anyways, that's the weekly time frame there. So boom, weekly. No, okay. Not as good as the value low and all these. The levels, I mean, yeah, the value low 1618 we had before here. So this, and is this one tapped down there or not? It looks like not. No, it's not. Okay, so we'll have to go on the daily levels here too, because next resistance is up here. Okay, well, we do have that daily still to be aware of, to be honest. Yeah, definitely. That's a nice little zone we're having above here. Oh. Okay. All right. What says that one? Yeah. Wait, where is? Yeah, good. Yeah, well, we have... Yeah, well, that will be a massive fake out above here, not gonna lie. Because the last value here is really... This value are high. So... Yeah, we'll really more refer to this value high, to be honest. So that will be like... If we get in our strength above this value high, we can go, you know, for this daily and 1618 level. By the way, this is wrong. My bad. It's there. Yeah, there you go. It's a little bit more like the fake out, basically. So yeah, that makes more sense now. So yeah, we have these, and basically, yeah, honestly, the dailies is just lack of confidence. If we pull it like that. Next, I'm gonna give you the targets if we really bounce from here. Nah. It's not really the best. Yeah, that's lining up. Okay. So yeah, the target is really this. Okay, that's where we are likely going to do a fake out. Now, if it still push higher, the next target is really here, with the anchorage view up from the very all-time high. So we have basically 0.26. Just gonna double check the prices are the same almost. Yes. So we have 0.26, basically the previous high, up to the 0.30, so to speak. Okay, if 0.30 is reached, I mean it is broken, and we get acceptance above, well, we don't have the daily level here. We could do, you know, like we go above, get massive weakness, and just crash again. But there is no real big resistance until there. So I would say reach and get acceptance above 0.30. You know, look for 0.55, see 56. Up to this value high at 0.61. It's a zone, it's never just one price. So, and we could see a massive move into the anchorage drop and rejection. So that's the wall zone here. You have to get the context on that. But yeah, that's the part here we have to be aware of. And if we reclaim the anchorage view up here, next target is really sitting up here. So we have next 1.20, basically. 1.20 up to 1.44 with the nice value high here. Okay, so let me mark the levels here real quick. These are the levels to look at step by step. Valera high, yes. And this is also a Valera high. And after that, well, you know, we have the SFP, and if we manage to hold, we'll need to see the context and all that stuff. But well, yeah. But yeah, on this one, luckily we have the market. Well, again, that's nice on this one. Not gonna lie, we have the low, high, low, low, higher, high, higher, low. So it's fine, to be honest. It's fine. It's fine. That's a good context here. We have the markets really change. We have been holding this, so now I don't see why we will not go up here. Okay, and if that is reclaimed, well, beware of the daily bigger fake out, but otherwise we can look really for this high target. La 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 la. Will RSI tell us whether it's bigger version? What will RSI tell us whether it's bigger version of that expand or smaller one? Oh, RSI for the leadings and endings. Personally, I'm not using that much. It's not really. Nah, I'm not really using this. The triangle are following on the RSI when these are real triangle, not fake triangles. But otherwise, for the leadings, for me in the past, it was not super well respected, even endings. It's not like a clear impulsive, you know. So I will not really refer to this. You still have here, as you can see, the 5 waves, the typical 5 waves, even for, well, you have the 5 waves impulsive here, by the way. 4 and 5, you know, the 4 cannot break the wave 2, stop between the wave 1 and the wave 2, and the wave 5 make these divergence and go above here. So honestly, it's still following there on this one, but you don't have the new high next. So yeah, you can see it is. Yeah, but honestly, I'm not really paying attention to the RSI on the leadings and endings because I check it when I started. Elliott Wave was not really following, so I never really paid attention to this. Well, this way the wave count we have, it is following like an impulsive, except on this 12-hour time frame. By the way, we make a new high, so we do have the expanding leading shape indeed. But honestly, I don't know if this is often following or not because I really stopped watching this around when I started, a little bit after. So yeah, that's my answer. So yeah, we are good for today. I'm gonna move these back down here. So yeah, let's see how the targets react and how it goes basically. That's pretty cool. We have the markets really change now. That's pretty lovely. Bam, bam, bam. So yeah, if we print, that's the week. I don't know if this coin really moves on the weekend. If anyone knows, if we move on the weekend, we might just get a continuation directly. Otherwise, we might just form some 5 waves here. Either that's an ABC flat, we crash. Either this is a bigger wave 1, 2, and then there we go. We do the 5 waves like this, and so we are a bit range bound during the weekend, and then next week, we get the continuation here. Yeah. Roger. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's live stream. That was a long one, but again, we have updated quite some icons here. SUI hub, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's nice. Very nice. And what is SpaceX doing? It's closed? What? Oh yeah, I'm stupid. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm really stupid. I forgot about this. Yeah, it is. It's same for the CME, by the way, on RTH. Yeah, it's normal. Oh yeah, we've got this very nice one on SpaceX too, by the way, that was planned in the live trading session yesterday. I don't know if I have the screenshot right now. Don't forget, if you want to use Exocharts, you can win 1 free month. So there you go. You can see we've got the new high made to really stop these shorts. or are they still defending? But we've got a little bit of longs here, so let's see if we can still get that short trade. I am personally, again, I'm in a short already from above, but I am interested in that short trade. You know, if we get that, where is this here, if we get that drop below here, this value high, well, this is range trading, you know, so next target is going to be this value low and then the range low here. So I am really interested in this for more like a scalp, so to speak. And yeah, if we just get back down the value high in path control, I'm going to take the short trade. Really as simple as that. Now if it stays above here, you know, again, New York is closed, so maybe we're going to get this, and then we're going to come back down, then we're going to mess a little bit here, and then finally accept below, then we're going to activate that and bring it back down to the value low. But yeah, this is range trade. For now we need still some more confirmations. The longs are for now and well defended to make a new high. And again, a very good example of why it is best to not be aggressive these days. And that's why personally I really wait for, you know, you can say the market strictly change, and even after that recognize that we need to get acceptance below that, because this can just be a flip into support. Shorts come in to flip the level into support and bam, get the continuation to the upside. So yeah, anyways, just if you want to get Exocharts 3 months, if you want to try your software now that you have a nice version of it that is really more stable than the other ones, you can go on the website, sign up, go into the link. You have the link already in the description. You can win 3, I mean, there are 3 Exocharts months up for grabs and 1 winner for 1 month. And if you win twice, because it's random, well, you win 2 months. And if you, by the way, join as VIP, you have another month free for the next 3 sign up. Everything is in the description normally. Anyways, that being said, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope this will be helpful for you. Long trades playing out nicely for now on hype. That's very good. I will see if I compound a little bit later or not. And yeah, we'll have all the plan on every other assets. So now let's set an alert here on Bitcoin. I have my other alert here for a little bit above. The short trade is up here. The only bigger short trade is up here, basically, if we manage to go. Otherwise, yeah, if we start reclaiming this, most likely we'll go for a new high, and you know, we look for the bigger double XY to the way forward. Anyways, all the Bitcoin plan is in the yesterday's update. You can go into the video section, and you will find this. But thank you, mate, for joining. My pleasure for the wave and all that stuff. Have a nice one too, mate. Thanks for coming. Yes, I will rest. I will try to rest. Failed auction on BTC above. Yeah, possible. You know, we still have the fair right now. But we need to see that the longs are lost and we really get acceptance back below here to really get that. If the longs are still, if the price remains above, the longs are in a winning situation. They're controlling the price right now. So if we drop back below here, lose that value high, then yes, this is a failed auction. You have a late entry, but it's fine. You know, the next target is really down there, so it's still a valid short trade. It's not like a terrible risk reward, as you can see. And again, you still have the possibility of going and getting lower prices next. I really don't think so, because that's a weekend. But you know, maybe if we keep the range bound and then we drop a little bit more early next week or this weekend or later this weekend, like on Sunday night, can get a nice even better trade. But yeah, possible. I am interested in this, and I'm gonna take it if the data and the acceptance below the value high in path control is there. Gonna go back here on the 5 minutes. And yeah, so once again, thank you all for watching. You can also, by the way, if you want to, go and have a look at the website. You have now new courses, new lessons. If you want to know what is coming up next on the website, you have, by the way, into the course here. So we are now doing the trade management course. You have another lesson coming up next. And after this, you have this order flow and footprint chart course, but I'm going to do it again. I'm going to restart everything with the basics, with more advanced stuff in there. You might get a few lessons in there. And after this, I'm going to implement more strategies I'm using nowadays, because this was made, the 2 courses here was made really when I started MOONCHARTS back in 2021, 2022, 2023. So it was quite some time ago. Market evolved, market changed, so we have to adapt to that. And so I have to restart that and make it, of course, more professional, because that was really not at the time. It was more like, for example, fingerprints explain like, it's basically a gap, and not really deeply explain it. It's always good to do that. And you have a bunch of different stuff. You have in class now by difficulty and stuff like that. And yeah, a video was made yesterday on SpaceX to know what's next. That was, by the way, and this was during the live trading stream. And we have planned this very nice, first long trade. Where is that? Oh, well, there you go. That was the one before here. Just right there, this first possible long trade, and we just got this very nice little pump yesterday, so that's pretty cool, not gonna lie. Anyways, if you want to go and have a look at the website, have a look. Oh, by the way, you also have a very nice amount of resources to download, some for free, for example, the Full Trading Foundation, a few Elliott Waves, well, the courses that are free, by the way. All my templates of Exocharts, ATAS, and you're going to get more resources for the time. Yeah, just go and have a look, you'll see if you want to. Anyways, have all a nice weekend ahead. Take care of you all. Thank you all for joining, and I'll catch you all in the next one. We'll let you know if I do another live stream, no worries, and otherwise in the next public update, or who knows, in Discord, in the VIP section. Have a nice one, take care, have a brilliant weekend, and see you all in the next one. Cheers.